marry the best man you can find, regardless of his marital status.
I've never had sex but when I wanted to.
My husband has 7 wives.
Welcome to the Live with Lindy show.
I'm the 6th.
That's what kills regular marriages, being on top of one another.
Alex has always been a controversial person.
Everything they're doing is their own choice.
You think it's a good idea for you to be going to that?
I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my children.
The relationship between the Joseph wives is stronger and stranger than we thought.
I possess the power to inflame him.
Sometimes I wonder if we're crossing the line here.
He told us all we were going to be widows someday. It's going to be really hard.
All right, we're out of here. Load up.
Last time on Eyewitness. We've been practically living with Alex Joseph, his 8 wives, and a compound full of kids and grandkids for 1 month now. And every day is like watching a soap opera.
Well, London knows who her mother is and has never called me her mother.
Lindy is the biological mother of Elizabeth's daughter, London.
Tonight, you're your own woman.
And the Joseph women allowed us to witness their somewhat bizarre puberty ritual for young girls.
Waxing to fullness, waning to emptiness.
And Alex is dying. His cancer has left its critical mark.
The resemblance between me and Sean Connery, don't you think?
But soon he'll be surrounded by all of his 21 children for the first time ever. They're coming to celebrate, but also to say goodbye.
I'm Roxanne. Hi.
Hey, Rocco.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I don't think I met you yet. I'm David.
I'm Rocky.
Rocky, are you the daughter that's getting married?
I am.
Roxanne is about to become someone's wife, someone's only wife. She's marrying a man named Steve, and her wedding is turning out to be quite a family effort.
Go all the way up.
Alex is leading it, and wife number 7, Lindy, is orchestrating it. But there's a certain irony to it all.
Okay, and then Dad's gonna do the handoff, and then he's gonna flip around and do the ceremony.
Okay, then.
While helping Roxana to prepare for her marriage, Lindy is ending her own.
After 17 years, Lindy decided about a month ago that she's leaving. She's not leaving far, she's going up the street. She's buying a house up the street.
And so have you lived with Lindy for 17 years?
Mm-hmm. Longer than that, actually. Yeah, I feel as divorced as Alex does.
So have you 2 lived together for your whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you'll just be down the street though, right?
Up the street.
Up the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Even though she's the mother to 3 of Alex's children, Lindy's relationship with him feels the hardest to define. The other wives interact with Alex so often, it's easy to see how they fit into his life. Eli keeps him sharp, Dawn keeps him young, Margaret keeps him in line. Even Leslie, wife number 3, who we don't know so well, is clearly Alex's caregiver.
The question is, will you be able to open it?
Well, then you open it.
Okay.
Now's our chance to whip him up.
None of Alex's wives are legally bound to him, but they all honor a very peculiar contract.
Yes. Now, this is Margaret's marriage contract. Receive her and give yourself to him. Technically, see, by contract, Margaret is agreeing to be pretty much chattel property. That wouldn't be too politically correct.
But how can you, own a wife? You said that the giving thing is...
Because she says she may. Everything they're doing is their own choice.
Alex wrote this contract, and it clearly puts him in charge. But in return, his wives get a lot of freedom, including the freedom to leave.
So how old were you when you, broke off from your mother and became the stable woman that you now are?
Yeah, so stable. Look how stable I am. 18.
Is that when you met Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you meet him?
Salt Lake.
Lindy obviously did not want to talk about Alex.
Well, yeah, sorta. Saved by the phone. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Would you like to talk for a long time? Damn. Oh, wait, do you need a ride? All right.
I can't imagine a camera being shoved in my face if I were in the process of going through a divorce. I think Lindy feels like she's divorcing more than just Alex. She's divorcing this whole family, and in many ways, the lifestyle that goes with it. Do you anticipate much change, or?
No, not at all. Not much.
Kind of the point. It won't be much different.
Well, what will be different? I mean, why are you doing it?
Oh, I don't know if I want. You know, it's just so close. It's just so soon right this minute. You know, that's why I was kind of hesitant about, you know, just even being around while you guys are here, is because it's just really still fresh. I don't know.
The wives have something to say about Lindy leaving.
It's not all Lindy's fault.
And with Roxana's wedding coming up, the Joseph family is about to get a whole lot bigger.
I'd like to see Lindy be happy. I'm sorry that she hasn't felt the closeness with Alec like I have.
I'm convinced Lindy's part of our family, and that's not going to change. And if she's looking for a little different experience than just being Alex's wife, well, so be it.
You know, probably a surprising awakening to him that somebody after all these years would actually leave him.
She's still part of the family.
Yeah.
And I really credit it to her account that she has stayed with Alex for so many years when they didn't have the personal relationship that Elizabeth and I have. And, you know, she's got these beautiful kids. I mean, it wasn't a mistake. Right. Because we've got these 3 kids that are proof that it wasn't a mistake.
With the wives sharing intimate details about Lindy's departure, we started to take their openness for granted. But that was about to change.
I'm a little bit nervous to meet some of these family members that are coming from out of town that apparently are so strongly opposed to our film crew and respect their wishes.
Are every single one of your kids going to be in today?
Yeah, I think so.
That's got to be the first time in a while, eh?
No, it'll be the first time ever. If it works, if it happens, it'll be the first time ever.
Gotta be a rental, right? Of course it's a rental. It's this year's Grand Cherokee.
Among the older Joseph kids, there are 2 everyone adores. Alex's heir Mason and Dwayne, the successful engineer from Seattle. We've been told we can shoot these guys, but they're not necessarily too crazy about it.
I'm okay.
Start crying.
How long are you staying for, Dwayne?
15 minutes if the camera's not clear rolling.
He has this problem.
I didn't realize it was this bad.
What, that it was going to be on TV?
No, but we had cameras everywhere and they're stuck in your face.
He really hates cameras in his face. Alright, I'll leave you guys alone.
Thank you.
Have a nice one.
Personally, I'm starting to get really tired of it. I wish that that people weren't quite so unhappy about us being here, because it's not a nice situation, especially since we've come to like a lot of the people, and to know that you're making them uncomfortable and causing family tension isn't a really nice feeling. To make matters worse, it's one day before Roxana's wedding, and Eli just gave permission to a Dutch news crew to come and shoot. Okay, so who are these people, the Dutch television people?
They're the normal, obnoxious, big camera sound man. But I'm okay with rock.
Are you upset about the other crew coming?
I don't care.
She does.
I'm not upset about.
She is.
When did you find out?
Just now, I guess.
Oh.
John's a childhood friend, and
I understand that.
And Rocky says he could come.
You didn't check with me, and you know I got a
Yeah, I checked with you about 2 months ago on this one.
on the Dutch one. Well, you managed to take advantage of my selective amnesia.
Yeah, I did. I mean, if I tell him, John, you can't even come to the wedding, he won't come. As long as he can get an interview with you and an interview with me.
He can have the interview. That's not a problem.
And I'm not worried about the cameras. I don't want to upset Steve's family at all, and I haven't talked to him about it, so I don't know how they feel at all.
Steve's family, Rocky's in-laws to be, arrived that night to a compound filled with polygamists, camera crews, and Alex's progeny everywhere.
Well, let me work it out, because what's happening here, we got people just blowing up and going all over the place. Is what we got. These guys are just everywhere, man. You know, I know you.
I can't believe he's still on the phone and he hasn't got off the phone to meet his new in-laws. It's really awkward. Kind of rude.
All right, thanks. Alex Joseph.
How you doing?
I'm Darlene.
Let me ask you the question, then. How did you go from Greek Orthodox to the Mormon?
I'm not Mormon.
You're not Mormon?
I don't know what the hell. I'm a heathen.
This is like the Cleavers meeting the Addams family. It makes you wonder what Steve and Roxana's marriage will be like. But first, they have to get through tomorrow's wedding.
Growing up with your dad having 8 wives doesn't mean you don't get nervous when you become one.
So how do you feel?
I feel good. I do. I feel alright. I need to eat something, so that if I do throw up, there'll be something there.
Roxana's wedding day has arrived, and the entire Joseph family is here in one place for the first time ever, and probably the last. It turns out that several of Alex's children don't want to be on camera, but with or without them, we're moving ahead.
It's their dad's choice. You know, they're here visiting their dad, and their dad invited you guys. Period.
But my dad is not like your typical polygamous guy. He's kind of a rebel.
Are you proud of your dad?
Yeah. If I wasn't proud of my dad, I wouldn't talk to you. I would be hiding somewhere. I guess that's the thing that bugs me about all those guys that won't be on camera, is because it's like they're embarrassed or something. Because, oh, it's a big deal. I mean, he's your dad, and if you're not embarrassed of him, then I guess it wouldn't bother you.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, anyways. They might see it a different way. Oh, going to be... If I had to do it all over again, we would have just got married in Vegas and told everybody later. But this will be nice. It'll be nice to have the pictures, and I think we'll be happy for it later, as soon as it's over. Of course, I wasn't expecting you guys to be here either.
Did you ever think that you would get involved in a plural marriage, or?
I'm not opposed to it, but I don't think it'll ever happen. Well, I know I'm pretty sure now that it won't, but I told Steve if he could find another cool chick like me, that he could marry her. But I was pretty sure I was the last one out there.
Well, not one of my daughters has elected to join a plural family. It doesn't distress me as long as it's their choice. And that's the key. We're free. We're free. We're all doing what we want to do.
See about the lighting.
The other television crew has been milling around all day. I'm curious what they hope to get from the Josephs.
The usual kind of questions that most people want to know: how the wives get along, what are the tensions in the family, the advantages, the disadvantages of it. But then, the secondly point, to talk about the fact that Alex is ill and probably won't last the year, and what they're thinking about after that. because he leaves behind not just one widow, but 7.
Someone's at the door.
Done. If it got up here or not, they moved the table inside.
Hi. I'm trying to find Alex.
Wait, Dave, come here. Get close up on this.
They just look like they're wandering around.
I think they're just kind of bored. You know, if they're
There's
waiting.
nothing to shoot.
Yeah, and it's all windy outside.
Says this guy has been trying to get an interview with you for
She said
hours.
she was bringing him yesterday, last night.
Yeah, well, actually, I think my mom will tie you up. That's okay, huh?
Yeah, here, let me see.
Look at this curling around. It's bad enough that moms are in here together with the daughters, trying to everybody madly rush to get ready.
All right, I haven't seen Alec yet. I don't know if he's dressed or not.
Well,
you should do this more often, Rock.
Yeah, let's do this again
did you
next
get
year.
that? Oh, just put it on your leg.
Which one? I don't know. No, something borrowed, something blue.
Hey, you guys, which one?
I would just do a bow.
Which one,
Oh,
Thomas?
you don't have those bows.
Nay.
The wedding is 45 minutes away, and yet Rocky is so calm. Alex doesn't know what to wear. There's one bathroom for 10 people. Lindy's having technical difficulties. And the ink is still drying on the marriage license. It doesn't look like anyone's going to make it to Long Hall in time.
Somebody spilled coffee all over me.
How you feeling right now?
Well, I'm a little wore out, but I'm gonna fake it, okay?
You guys excited?
About what?
I don't know, maybe your daughter getting married?
I want to tell you something. Marriage doesn't excite me. How's that? It thrills me, but it don't excite me.
I'm excited.
Where's that thing, darling?
We need to put a flower on your toe.
Take it right here. We can holler it up, right? Oh. Well, we don't have a wedding ceremony as far as I know.
To pull off this wedding, Alex must first deal with the wife who is leaving him, Lindy. One, two, three. In true Joseph style, they were just making this wedding day up as they went along. I'm the wedding photographer. Rocky and Steve don't have any marriage vows, and Alex is officiating the ceremony, and he doesn't even know the procedure.
Lindy is in charge of all that.
Well, Lindy's in the back of the hall, so get her in here.
Sworn, that's what we were here.
You want to start explaining to me the kind of things you got lined up for me to
I
do?
didn't have anything lined up, but this is what Rocky has lined up for you.
We've been here a month, and I've never even seen Alex and Lindy in the same room together. This is definitely awkward.
You'd walk real
Oh, real slow then, and fall down real seldom, is that it?
This whole scene is so ironic. Alex, an infamous outlaw polygamist, is officiating at his daughter's monogamous, and by the way, legal wedding. The last of Alex's children he'll ever see married. Lindy leaving him makes it all the more bittersweet.
All these blessings, together with the blessings pertaining to the new and everlasting contract, I seal upon your heads through your faithfulness unto the end by the authority. Amen. There's no more complicated than that. And you make this a blessing.
Does it make you sad with Lindy?
You know, I don't know if I'd want it any other way, see? I don't know. Because you can imagine you're going to put something back together that was there 15 years ago or 10 years ago, and you probably can't, see. I'm really concerned about her welfare and her success and what she's thinking and what she's doing, and it didn't stop. Regardless of how I might feel, I want her to do what she wants to do. With Lindy and I, she's probably trying to break a relationship that just maybe fell apart. I don't know, as much as 2-3 years ago, I don't know. And I'm not angry with her, I'm not even disappointed, I don't think. I don't know, maybe a little disappointed.
About what?
Well, some of it's my fault, what the hell, you know? I'm gonna learn something in this. Maybe if you talk to me, if I survived a year and you talk to me a year from now, maybe I'd have some answer for you. I don't think I have. Not an honest answer. Or maybe I gave you the honest answer, see? I don't know. Okay? I don't know.
Next on Eyewitness. Lindy's leaving Alex, but it feels like she's divorcing an entire family.
It's gotten kind of palpable.
We follow Alex through another round of chemo, and everyone's wondering if it will be his last.
It's not that life is so short, that death is so long. It's true.
And the family takes an honest look at a life ahead without Alex at the center of it.
Invested in my son Mason. He's his dad's heir, and this will make it simple.
We're all gonna get them boy. I'm feeling a little silly.